that to me? Why did you just do that to me? Queen, I gotta push this go.
Hey, everybody.
Peace and love, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Aisha Sister Podcast with Queen Sue and the sisters. We're joined here with Queen Sue and Honey. Peace and love, my sisters.
Peace and love.
Peace
Peace
and
and
love.
love.
Yes, it's May 17th. We are getting through this month so fast. And we are on part 3. We want to go ahead and finish up our topic where we've been talking so much on, but we're gonna wrap it up today and maybe even have some special guests on here today. Peace and love. We got Sugar. Hey, sister. I see your phone's muted. So where we're talking about peace and love, where we're devoted in moments, absent in meaning, the age of temporary love. How did loyalty get so cheap and love lose its commitment? So we on our final part of this, and we just want to be able to share our final thoughts, and you know what I mean. Maybe even be able to get some feedback, because even though we haven't been on here for 2 weeks, we have definitely had so much controversy on us sisters here sitting here having this conversation, and not trying to offend anybody. It's just, we gonna speak here at the Aisha Sisterhood. We are very real in our words. With that being said, Queen, so I'm gonna give you the floor, then we're gonna say a prayer and get right into this.
Heavenly Father, I come to you today, lifting us up, gathering us together as one and as a whole, and just thanking you just for life abundantly on today. Lord, we thank you for the outpour of rebuttals that we have been receiving in our sessions of our podcast. We thank you for the support. We thank you for us moving forward. And in your mighty name, Lord, just keep us strong, keep our eyes on the sparrow, and keep us uplifted in your mighty name. Amen.
Amen. Sister Honey, may you present us the Fatiha in English, please?
Okay. In the name of Allah. Okay. In the name of Allah, most gracious, most merciful, cherisher, sustainer of the world. Hold on, Fatima. I'm toned off. Wait a bit.
No problem. I'm sorry putting you on the spot.
Neither we worship thy name do we seek. Show us the straight way, the way of those who
have bestowed your grace.
Who have bestowed thy grace, who's
for she's not rapping those who go not astray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Amen.
In the name of partner body, I'm not trying to go over.
Y'all said y'all do it together.
Allah, most gracious. Yes.
Y'all
in the name of Allah, most gracious, most merciful, praise be to Allah, the cherisher, sustainer of the world, most gracious, most merciful, master of the day of judgment. Thee do we worship, thine aid we seek. Show us the straight way, the way of those who bestowed your grace, the way of those whose portion is not wrath, and those who go not astray. Amen. Pardon the body, sister. I did just slap that on you. I was there laughing. I was trying to get myself together because I was over here in a whole little laughter for a second. But I'm good now. Okay, and we also have Mother joining us. Peace and love, Mom. Mama, you on here? Okay. I see.
Peace and love, everybody.
Peace and love, beautiful. Yes. So we are on our part 3 of our of what we are talking about, as far as the fact of we're in the age of relationships. It's just they out of control. They out of control. But we narrowed down to the point of, where did loyalty go? Why is it so cheap? You know what I mean? Why is the expectations for dating just at a lower standard? You know what I mean? And I'm gonna open the floor, and then I'll give my thoughts in between.
Well, I don't have any thoughts. Pardon me. I was hoping, that we had an open invitation to the male viewers, because
Yes.
like I said, when we had several episodes, I didn't want us to
I
seem
hear
like
Queen say
we were,
but I can't hear
huh? I didn't want them to seem like we was bashing them without them being able to give a public rebuttal.
her.
You know what I'm saying?
I can't
And
hear her.
a fair
So you
share
can't hear
of
me?
how they felt on the other half of what we were bringing forth to the audience.
Yes, ma'am.
So
So, pardon body,
Okay.
it is an open invitation. We do not have them joining right now. If you do have, and I know there were some brothers that were looking forward to actually speaking, but we were not able to be on the podcast last week. So, if we do get them on, then we will be able to add them to that panel. Mother Teresa, can you hear Queen? Or you said you couldn't hear her?
that's her thing. That must be her
Oh, okay.
phone or something like that. Can you
Yeah.
all hear me in there?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, so like I said, I don't want to open up the floor because we didn't had weeks of what we didn't had to say on this part. So guess what? I'm gonna put y'all out there on the charcoal in the fight.
That's okay. I can hold my opinion on. It's my opinion.
I'm gonna let y'all go there. Look, I'm just
Yes. So if there are any questions, you know what I mean, or anything that you would like to sit down and talk to, or something that we have said that maybe y'all wanted to elaborate on or hear more about what we were speaking on, then this is y'all time to join us as well, because this is going to be the last part of this particular topic. There'll be more on relationships, of course, but on this particular topic, this is y'all chance. You got us here. We got even Sugar right here. She looks like she's ready for y'all.
I am.
Sugar, you still ready to go in, huh?
Now, mind you, I just
Yeah.
had surgery, so.
Okay.
But I was gonna say the reason why the commitment is cheap and not there no more, because a lot of it got to do with women not being women no more.
Mhm.
So if you got somebody, you got us. It costs to see our cooch, right? If you got the girl next to you,
Yeah.
it's gonna be free to see hers. Guys, they gonna go see that cooch. They still might even pay money for yours, right?
Mhm.
Because you are the value, right? But they gonna go see the free cooch next door. Trust and believe that. So us as women, like we're doing now, we have to make sure we stay solid in our movements. You know what I'm saying? In our thoughts. When I think of something, I do a woman's code, period. I ain't messing with nobody. Man, I ain't, you know what I'm saying? And I make sure I hold myself to the same standards. I don't, you know what I'm saying? If I'm in a relationship, then my relationship is my relationship. Ain't nobody coming to play with it. You feel what I'm saying? So a lot of it is us as women, a lot of women not valuing themselves right now.
Right.
So we do need like some more programs just for women to stay in the mirror. I love myself.
Oh yeah.
A lot of women don't. And we don't see that. So with them not loving themselves, they out here willy-nilly. You know what I'm saying? So us as women, a lot of women, because a man can't do what he do unless a woman let him.
That's right.
So a lot of it falls back on us as women. You know what I'm saying? Because they gonna try anything, but it's up to us to fall.
They have a
forward.
standard.
So as women, we need to, you know what I'm saying? Let's write out a cute little women code, put it on a t-shirt. You know what I'm saying? Let's start selling that thing.
That's
you feel
right.
me?
Yeah.
It should be a code. I mean, it is a code. It's supposed to be unwritten, but some people you gotta put it on paper in front of their face because they gonna say it ain't real until you show it to them.
Well,
Make sure you reiterate, sister, too,
put it
though,
on
that
paper.
when you said selling it, we ain't talking about selling it. So
no, selling the t-shirts. The
reiterate
t-shirt.
that too. Ain't nobody talking about selling
T-shirts with the women code on it. You know what I'm saying? Let's start wearing that. So more women, maybe if they see it and women will read it and actually, okay, well, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Then we all get us little groups like we in this podcast now. Get other women to come in and let's start being solid with everything we do. You feel what I'm saying? So Yeah, so I feel like a lot of the commitment is us. We not making them be committed. We're okay with whatever they give us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We okay with being secondary. We okay with being an option.
Mm-hmm.
Women have to know we are the prize in all things. And I know I'm over here looking a little crazy today, so but that's okay. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But we are the prize, and we need these young girls to realize that they are prizes. You know what I'm saying? I deal with a couple little young girls that has been bullied, you know, even by their family. And people don't realize how words and different stuff hurts, you know. And us as adults, 70% of our life as an adult, we live from what we went through as a childhood, in our childhood. Like some people go and they didn't have a daddy, so now they want a daddy. You know what I'm saying? So they like me and to be more forceful with them. Some people didn't have a mama, so now they just out here willy nilly because they didn't have nobody tell them nothing. You feel what I'm saying? So we have to look at them aspects, and we have to be that gap for them.
Yeah.
So yeah, but that's what I had to say.
And you're right about that, Sugar, because a lot of these young girls out here do have a real big daddy issue. The daddy issue around the board. You understand what I'm saying? Everything wasn't applied to them from daddy. You hear what I'm saying? They're not looking for no man. They're looking for somebody to guide them and to think that they telling them right or wrong, whether the guys don't have the good intentions on it anyway. They just found somebody that's gullible. They found somebody that's submissive to fall for anything that they lay down. And when they get through dogging them out, finish, them being the greatest snack, lunch, or whatever, then they throw them to the wolves, and then them sisters be messed up. I was just listening to Lauren. They used to be in the Fugees. You know, what's her name? Lauren what?
Lauren Hill.
I was just listening to Lauren Hill. I love her. I've always loved her music. And you know, she was absent for a long time, and then I had the kids going on YouTube, and they pulled up a concert that she just did when she came back to the States in 2025. And I'm going like, wow, that girl just like brand new, coming all over again. But you know, her album that she got out called The X Factor.
I totally disagree.
In love with Wycliffe. You feel what I'm saying? He was a married man. He tore her world apart. You hear what I'm saying? He tore her world apart. And so she fled and went to Haiti or to the Bahamas. And she stayed over there for about 28 or 30 years. And she had a baby by Bob Marley's son. She had 5 children by him. He came back as dynamite. You know what I'm saying? But before she came to the state, Wycliffe had to acknowledge her, the hurt that he embedded on her, to acknowledge to her that he was sorry for, messing over her and all that kind of stuff. But some people come back from it, and some people don't. You feel what I'm saying? Right. And that was beautiful. That was a beautiful thing. You know what I'm saying? For me to witness by just getting the history on that. You hear what I'm saying? Just by getting the history on that. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, it's a lot of sisters out here, a lot of daughters, a lot of mothers that are broken. And they will go, if you offer them a biscuit or a crumb, they'll taking that for the initial of it, thinking that it's love. You feel what I'm saying? And 2 things that was really true that I looked into. Men don't think with emotions. They think logical. We work with emotions. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, so it damages up so many of us. You feel what I'm saying? And that damage up the ones that's up under us, y'all. Guess what? These kids are weak. These young ladies are weak as water. They think they're going around putting thongs up in their butt. showing all of their ass, shaking it, giving the man the eyesight of seeing the crack of their cooch and all that kind of stuff. Going for the money man, but the money man really got a plan to say, yeah, I'm gonna bait you in with this, but you're gonna be a piece of garbage when I get through with you. You understand what I'm saying? Because you're gonna be passed around like a sandwich. And at the end, the sandwich is gonna start off with lettuce, tomato, mayonnaise, pickle, and everything. And at the end of the road, that sandwich ain't gonna have no edges of bread left. You feel what I'm saying? Because they ain't coming with y'all with no, they coming logical thinking how they gonna work this out. And that's how this conversation came about, by so many women being in a relationship with men for 15, 20, and 30 years, and their whole life then passed them by, and they just walk out empty. There's only two ways to go. You gotta have to fight for the move and go back to the top, or you're gonna just go down to completely nothing. You know what I'm saying? And that's the bottom line. And you know, the guys, it's the guys that, I'm not saying the men don't have no emotional attachments on some things, but when a man love you, when you find a man that love you, baby, you can't beat that man up off of you. You understand what I'm saying? Because he's going to do everything up under the sun to make you stay. He's going to do everything up under the sun to make you happy. You are going to be the aggressor where you the one hurting him. You feel what I'm saying? So if you got a man and you ain't abide no hurt to him by the actions and the things that you do, that nigga is on some complete bull crap. And I will say it again and again and again. My mama and grandma told me all the time, stop looking for love in the wrong places and let love find you in the right place. You feel what I'm saying? When you love something, and y'all got to remember something. I used to always say, I want a man to love me like he loved his car. That's the best love in the world. Because guess what he going to do? He going to make sure I'm staying sharp. He going to make sure I'm staying pulled up. He going to kill somebody about touching on me or trying to wreck me. You know what I'm saying? You gotta add any more about wanting to be a model car, a 1959 T-Bird, baby. You understand what I'm saying?
I understand.
Give me the full capacity of the love. Don't give me what you want me to think is love. Don't give me that. I experience that all the time. It's so many manipulative relationship with these men. They tell you, they feed you up what they want you to do to make like you the best thing ever. But when things don't go that way, you better believe they got Betty, they got Lisa and Judy in the other corner somewhere. You understand what I'm saying? Taking care of her real good. I know of plenty of women out there. You understand what I'm saying? They think that they got the best man in the world, but shoot, when that woman going out labor and doing what she got to do, and she ain't spending them hours, that man got a whole household, just like Joe Jackson did with that whole family. While Mama Jackson was there taking care of them kids and stuff, he had a whole nother family. Where them kids was able to call him daddy. You understand what I'm saying? They too manipulative. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm not bashing no man, but I'm just telling these women to wake up. If somebody love you, you ain't got to beg for their attention. You ain't got to beg for them to treat you right. They're going to do it automatically. And when if you got to bow down for them to treat you any kind of way like good, you need to get your doggone bag and get to running fast as you can.
Yeah.
You better run for the boy, baby. You better run for the boy. Because it ain't about you, it's about them. And that's my piece. And I really didn't want to get on there. But the truth got to be said. Truth got to be said, y'all. It got to be said.
Peace and love. Sister D-Woo just joined us as well. How you doing, sister?
Hey, sis.
Because a lot of women, you know, they
can't.
A lot of respect for themselves, and that plays a big part in it. Not only for just to be in a relationship.
I'm sorry, didn't mean to interrupt. Sorry, I'm late.
I guess.
As well.
Okay.
But
Go ahead, Mama. I'm sorry.
Anyway, you know, a lot of women right now lost their respect for themselves. It's personal for themselves to get their self back together, find themselves, and they let sometimes, like Queen and Sugar was saying, they don't have any value for themselves. So whatever the man go out there, they figure, oh, he loved me for this, he loved me for that. But all the time, She just another somebody off the corner for him. You know, letting them begin to pimp them out. But at the same token, if we don't start showing some of these young ladies that, you know, like I said, just shaking it, that was getting nothing. Right now, you don't even have people, like she said, being together 10 and 15 years and it wore them down, and now they done picked up somebody else, and somebody else, they go off and marry them when you thought you was that one that was going to get that ring and be the person to get married. Because you were thinking about him all them years, and now they done moved on somewhere else. They done ran you down. Actually, you let yourself get ran down for letting them fool you, you know, and looking for, like Queen said, love in all the wrong places. Because somebody looking for somebody to love them, to treat them good, and all they need is somebody to tell, oh, you look beautiful, you look fine. And now you can start, you know, hanging out, being together, and now they didn't grab you to get through using you and go get somebody else. But if now you got to start looking at yourself, like I keep saying, you know, the respect and how you dress and how you doing when you walk in the room, and they ain't just seeing all ass out. They seeing somebody respectful that they looking at like, wow. You know, it used to be people come in the room, wow, but now they looking like everybody got their ass out. So, you know, they looking at all the same thing now. So the man ain't got nothing to really think about what's under there. And then sometimes he don't know what the hell he is. To be honest, nowadays, what's under the dress or the skirt or whatever. So
that's why they.
Huh?
I say that's why they looking for some bussing.
Is that that's what you say? That's what they call
for the pussy.
Yeah.
They hoping that it ain't the pussy. They hoping it's the pussy up under there.
Well, lady, I got the only thing is like I feel like you could dress how you want to dress. Mm-hmm. Number one, because it's somebody that's gonna know your value or your worth. Because I don't dress hoish, but I do dress super sexy. You feel what I'm saying? And it don't matter who see me at what, because number one, if we learn to love ourselves, it don't matter what you got on. Because when you walk in, like your aura, gonna say, oh yeah, she love herself. You feel what I'm saying? Like people see it in you. You know what I'm saying? People see it in you. They see it in you.
Let me add something to what you said too, because along with whatever you decide to wear, self-control is a must. Mm-hmm. See what I'm saying? The person, just because they see, you can think whatever you want to. You know, this person knows who and what they are or whatnot. Who are you to necessarily tell them that? Control yourself. Because if somebody come in, I don't care if somebody is blatantly naked and stuff like that, that's your decision to sit up there and keep on looking and stuff like that and have self-control to say something, keep moving, ain't got nothing to do with you or whatever the case. So that's another thing too. People put so many labels on different things and don't understand, or even let alone, I know some people, you know, they dress how they want to, and I'm a person that dresses however I want to. I don't mind, and you're gonna still give me that same respect. You know what I mean? On whatever it is that I decide that I want to wear, because at the end of the day, this ain't gonna define me, but it is how some morning I get up and I'll be like a tomboy. Other days I'll be a dainty princess lady. You know what I mean? Sometimes I'm royalty. You know what I mean? And I expect people to respect that. You know what I mean? Because again, when somebody else has something going on with them, I don't be sitting there trying to figure out what they trying to do, because everybody don't do stuff for the attention of others. I'm do attention. This is for me. Everything I do is for me. You know what I'm saying?
You know what's so funny
is
when people say, "Who you getting cute for?" Me.
Right. Myself.
Who you getting dressed up for? Me.
Right. Myself.
Me, myself.
That could be the answer for a strong black woman. You hear what I'm saying? And it's a very thin line of how that works. Period. Still on how the majority stigmatize a person. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not telling nobody to take their confidence away from them because, baby, honey, I will put on a sheer dress and some thongs and walk across anywhere if that's the way I feel on that day. You hear what I'm saying?
Yes,
But
ma'am.
I just try to uphold,
Yes.
you know what I'm saying, something
Modesty.
different. You know, just for the young people that's coming up that ain't got no sense about it. You feel what I'm saying? Because they might see me walking with a long sheer dress on or something. They might decide to get that big old something walk across the street like that. I'm gonna walk across the street naked.
And it does build confidence in others. It's something, the confidence that you have. Now, I mean, granted, some stuff just be like, I mean, come on now. But at the same time, too, hey, when I see situations like that, I'll be like, you know what? I don't know what, at this point right here, if I do have a thought, it's like, first and foremost, do what you need to do for your confidence. You see what I'm saying? If that's what it takes for you to feel like that until you get there, because sometimes you just have to get to the next level to be able to really learn that modesty or build that confidence up to know, you know what? I didn't even need to do that. Try it. I'm a person, you can't knock it until you done tried it. If that's what it takes for you to do what you need to do, and then maybe somebody will come along with a gentle mind, gentle spirit about it and be like, baby girl, you're so beautiful. Look, you don't even need to do that. You know what I mean? It's just so much structure in let people live their life in the direction that, you know what I mean? Do what you need to do in your direction. Everything is going to fall in line. Somebody's going to come into place. So there's been some time where, or especially like even in church, there's been a few times where, and me knowing, like we're growing up in church, right? It was a certain way that we had to be anyway. So if I was ever out of line, they would come to me. And in my opinion, I kind of be like, okay, well, you know, I can see what they kind of saying. You know what I mean? As far as the fact of this and the fact of that. But then certain things, I just like, well, I know that I'm not wrong. You know what I mean? So that's where your own mind come in. So with that correction and stuff, it'll hit you, and once it hits you, you will be able to know, but you won't know until you actually try it or whatnot. I mean, I'm not telling anybody to just dress like how, I mean, well, dress how you want to, but you know, some things do kind of come with stuff like that. But just make sure that if you do that, know that it comes with certain things, and you got to be able to walk that walk too. Because when I'm deciding to dress sexy and stuff like that, I gotta walk in there with confidence and know that hey, it's gonna be somebody that be trying to feel like this and that. And I know who I am. I know what I'm doing it for, and it's for me and nobody else.
Right.
And it goes back to being.
I outgrew some things. As I think I used to dress up probably a lot more. I showed a lot more skin when I was younger. I always wear my clothes fitted. I think that's just how I'm comfortable. But I realized as I've gotten older, I'm not 41. Like I don't gotta necessarily be naked to be sexy. Like that's just me. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like I'm not showing off too much skin anymore. I've done that. Been there, done that. Like you said, that's evolution. That's evolving, changing, growing. Wanting to do something like, and I didn't have to show all of that to be sexy. I'm still sexy without showing all of that.
Right, because little do they know you can be fully dressed. Some people got the radar, the X-ray visions and stuff can already undress you. I can undress somebody with their clothes on, so I don't need you to be naked. I can tell you that.
But I was also gonna say, if that's the case, if we're gonna take it to how they dress, then take it to where you're going to. Because if you going to a club and you might not even go to that club. You go to a club where there ain't nothing but women of the hour and ratchet women there, then you automatically gonna be being ratchet. That's why I don't let nobody or nothing dictate me and what I do and how I move. You feel what I'm saying? I could be around a whole room full of ratchet. Don't mean because everybody just see me like that I'm like that. You feel what I'm saying? So I don't let other people. I don't put nobody's opinion up on a pedestal.
Right. Absolutely.
You feel what I'm saying? I love me, so I'ma dress how I want to dress for me. When I want to be half with nothing on, I be half with nothing on. When I want to put something on, which most time I have on dress, I'm a dressy, just wearing dress all the time. So I mean, for the most part, most of them down past my knees, but by the time I get done walking, it be up my butt. Okay. So it's just about, like I said from the beginning, everything is about self-love and not the perception of what people in the world see you as, but how you see yourself as. You feel what I'm saying?
Absolutely, because at any point, people are gonna always have their opinion drawn up about you anyway. They don't have to know. You have to. That's why it's imperative for you to know yourself. Because I find out and hear and say things. I mean, I'm not saying that I really just hear stuff all the time, like about, but when I do it, it might shock me, because like, okay, and these people don't know you. You know what I mean? And that's what the opinion that they have drawn to or whatever. I rest in that. Do whatever you need to do, because guess what? I'm gonna be over here doing what it is that I do, how I do it. You know what I mean? So that's why it's imperative for you to know who you are as a person. And I'm not saying that I got everything in this life figured out, but for the most part, I'm pretty comfortable in who Fatima is. You know what I mean? Or who where I'm trying to go with things. I may not have everything how I want it to go at that time, because I know timing it's perfect timing. You know what I mean? For everything. But the big gist of it is know who you are as a person. You know who you are as a person, it'll really help in a lot of those self-love, self-value situation.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, it still goes back to loving yourself, being comfortable with yourself, however you feel that makes you comfortable, because everybody's going to have an opinion, and everybody's opinion is not going to be the same. And so, and then you don't have to live up on opinion, you live up on the love you feel for yourself. When you look in the mirror, you tell yourself, regardless of what the next person may see you as, I look good, I love me, I'm just like this today. This is what I feel like. And that's what I do. It depends on how I'm feeling. I may have on the one of those duster dresses one day and me just one of those bonnets on, and still go to the store. And the next time you see me shoot, I may have on, some shorts and a nice top, my sandals on, my lipstick, my hair, and I'm ready to go. So it all depends on how I'm feeling. But if it's okay with me and I'm feeling that way, so be it. I don't have to live by you. I'm living by me.
Because we have to keep in mind when we going through things, it be us and God that be there, right? So these opinions and everything else that everybody be having to say and stuff like that, they don't even be there for the pickup part. It's God, it's your ones that's close to you. You know what I mean? People that know you. So why would I be concerned with someone that doesn't even know me? What your opinion is.
And that's where too some of the weakness come in, because people tend to look at or listen to what other people are saying or putting on Facebook, and they tend to fall for whatever it is. Now you're in self-pity mode. You don't feel good about yourself. I can't do this. I'm not gonna be this. You just giving up on yourself. And a lot of that be from, listening to other people or either on Facebook. And it does have a lot to do even with mental status with some people. They go into a depression because now they didn't listen to somebody else instead of listening to themselves and God.
Absolutely.
So it's a big thing when it comes to self-worth and trying to get yourself together, wanting to be looking like the person you want to look like. All of a sudden you change. You either got too small, I got too big, I'm in between. I don't know, all this is going on with me. Now what I'm gonna do about self, and it tends to sometimes put people in a depression. And so with doing that, you still have to try to pick yourself up. You want to look better, be better, then you're going to have to exercise or do something to put some kind of goals for yourself to move forward so you can feel satisfied about yourself. If you just sit and letting yourself go, then you're going to just ease on the way.
Pardon about it, Sister were you saying something? I muted your mic, but I didn't know if you were speaking. I didn't want to cut you off.
No, I was listening.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna mute your mic back. Queen, you got anything else for us?
No, like I said, I just really wanted to just have awareness to let them know that the doors was open for them to be able to express themselves, so they wouldn't think that this was a bashing. You feel what I'm saying? And I just really wanted to get the point across that to the men out in the world out there, the ones that this is toward, and you know who you are. We understand about your logic because your emotions is not stuck with us. You feel what I'm saying? And we know you're a game. But what y'all need to do is straighten it up because today is a new day. And we see you.
Okay, then. We calling them out.
Yeah. Yes. Yes, ma'am. Sure enough, it is. Because there's too much hurt out here in the world. You know what I'm saying? And the sisters and the daughters and the nieces and stuff that's coming up now, they need some men in their world. You feel what I'm saying? Not no little bitty boys that think that you are a toy. They need somebody that is serious. In the word, while going to church, it always says, a man that finds a woman finds a good thing.
That's a good thing.
That when you find a woman that's beautifully made from her head to her toes, inside and outside, that you're supposed to nourish her, to her being her better self, that you're supposed to project for her and not to destroy her by making her think that she done fell in love and that she's giving her all in all to you when you ain't never thought twice about that. It was only about a paycheck. It was only about you making it through what you had to get through, about you using that person to get to where you had to go through to make it through. You feel what I'm saying? So people really need to stop playing in people's faces because you don't never know. You may have a daughter. You wouldn't want nobody to do your daughter like that. It may be your mama. You don't want nobody doing your mama like that. It may be your sister. You definitely don't want nobody mishandling your sister. So think about it when you decide to have a relationship or to decide that you're going to just use somebody just to mess them over and don't think about the consequences on what they're going to go through because karma is real. Whatever you push out, it's going to come back to you. It might not come back to you then. You might get a good run, but it's going to come back to you for sure. That's some real life.
Pardon the body. So I'm gonna reiterate what you were saying far as with we need our men. We need our women too, right? Just like with Sugar was saying far as the fact that we hold accountability for that too. You know what I mean? Because what we allow, because they can't do anything that we don't allow them to.
That's true.
So, so with saying that, before, we get bashed for that is we're not saying that it's just all on the man's job. It's us as women too, who need to make sure that we stepping up and understanding that when we doing that, it's just creating more of a problem later on down the line because where somebody, and a lot of times now it's like, okay, well, don't even tell them what was wrong or what was going on. We just leaving them alone, leaving them in wonder, and they just feeling like that they just going on with life, feeling like that they okay, man and woman. So I'm not biased, right? So I'm not biased about this. I'm gonna say man and woman. When they don't have the truth told to them, or they don't get the full drawing on what toxic behavior they may have and stuff like that, they taking it on to the next person, and if that person don't say nothing, it's just continuing on. And that's why a lot of stuff is allowed because or I ain't even saying allowed, they don't understand why not, because with this person it was okay. See what I'm saying? Like it was okay to all right, come over here, just like okay, so like in the dating world. So now I'm back in the dating world, right? And with being in the dating world, I'm realizing, I'm only going to explain so many times now because I really don't. I'm saying I'm in a dating world, but I'm really not because I don't really have patience like that, right? Because a lot of times, whatever was okay with the last person or whatever they was used to, they feel like that it's okay over here until you explain that, and then in so many cases they'll get upset because that's just the way that I guess that's the way of the world. I'm not the way of the world though. You see what I'm saying? Like I know that whatever you had going over there, it was perfect, it's cool. You can come hang out. Don't call my phone after 9 o'clock. I'm resting. You know what I mean? And 9 o'clock is really kind of pushing it because I be wanting to go to bed. You see what I'm saying? And I don't want to sit up with you and you know what I mean, miss my money type thing, you know, or just be tired and stuff like that. And on top of that, what are you going to be talking to me about after 9 o'clock? Exactly. So I don't even want to leave the opportunity for you to even get there with me. And to others, it's just like, oh, well, I don't necessarily see what was wrong. I was able to finally, that's when I'm able to lay down. Okay, well then guess what? Sometime in your day, during the day, you're going to have to try to make some time to understand that this is a respectable time for me. So this may be a respectable time for you, and I respect that. But over here, this is a respectable time for me. Respect that. So if we we have to set those boundaries. And a lot of times if we don't set those boundaries, well, a lot of people feel like that things are okay. That's why I said I don't want to just say a man or a woman, not to be biased about it. It's a yin and a yang thing. You know, it's the man and the woman, the yin and the yang. You know what I mean? There's going to always be those differences, but there's a lot of similarities to the things that we allow in our life. Everything, if you don't feel right to you, it's not, then it's not for you. And that's okay. You know, some many people just like, okay, well, I kind of like them. So, I mean, I guess I'm going to try to bend those. Guess what? When you get to bending those rules and stuff like that, then everything else start falling into place. When you already knew this is something that you was not going to be able to deal with in the first place.
Yeah.
So you can set that boundary. Guess what? You can nip that in the bud, because guess what? If they know that they can't play you on that, good chance they're going to grow tired and move right on along. And that's okay, because I'm not for you.
Mm-hmm.
That's my rant speed.
And it has to be some boundaries. You know, you got your likes and dislikes, and the person you is with right now, they're gonna have different opinions about certain things. Like they might have been with, like you said, with one person, and it worked for that person, but that's not me. And so you had to come in to try to, if you want to make this work, you're going to have to compromise, but I'm not just going to do all the bending and you doing all of the standing, doing what you want to do. And I'm unhappy about it. See, that's the thing. Right. You get in a relationship and in the beginning it's this, it's all good. And then on down the line, you're starting to take in stuff that you're not happy doing, but you continue to do it just to be in the relationship.
Right.
When it's only really hurting you and bringing you down, hurting, you know, your feelings and your pride and your mind. And sometimes, like I said, all the time, it end up being mentally disturbing to you, because now you depressed about something that you should have nipped in the bud. I don't care for this. I don't like this. This is not me. Or either leave the whole relationship alone.
All right, but can I have your confidential card?
Yeah. So, you know, it works both ways, though. That goes with the man or with the woman.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, you know, far as the relationships, you know, what I always felt that, like, if you're in a relationship with somebody long term or short term, I feel that people should take some time to get to know their self and to know thyself. You feel what I'm saying? Know what you want about your relationship, what you want as far as moving forward, and what you're gonna put up with and what you ain't. And I don't feel that there should be no compromising for you to compromise the things that you done already wrote down that you want. Why should I compromise with you? You understand what I'm saying? Why should I make myself uncomfortable to appease you? If you don't like the package that you got when you got it, that's a sign right there. Keep it moving. I'm not gonna bow down.
So let me ask you this on that particular thing. Let me ask you this on that particular subject. Let me ask you this. What is, and this is just like in general, right?
Honey,
what would be a good compromise? Because at some point in relationships, there are compromises. it's a so because in my mind it's just saying the only compromise that I'm with right now is if I feel like that it's not going to be as painful. No painful compromises. Certain things, everything comes with sort of a compromise because you're dealing with a different human being than yourself. You see what I'm saying? So everything comes with a compromise. So are we saying that with everything, if it's just not that, then all out the window just because it's not on your checklist? Because I mean, sometimes that checklist could be steering us wrong.
Well, but you know what? You with the checklist, listen to me real good. You got to be unapologetically correct on what you want and what you're gonna deal with and what you ain't gonna deal with. So that's the part that I say about the compromising. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not gonna compromise something that I do that was not good for me in the door. Now the other word for that, you got to make some agreements and some disagreements in your relationship.
I can't hear her.
By getting to know somebody. You understand what I'm saying? And they got to let you know their qualities, and you got to let them know your quality, and then y'all could go down checklist on what you will agree with and what you ain't gonna agree with. But that need to be mandatory in the door.
Right. You're right.
You know what I'm saying? Don't blame me in my face because I'm already letting you know what type of person I am. I'm already if this is too much for you, then are we gonna prolong this or are we gonna cut it off?
And see, that's the thing. You know what I mean? Open honesty is just not a gift of the world today. Like, it's not, because people will say anything. Actions speak louder than words. And I hate to be so blunt sometimes, but at the same time too, I feel like it's saving me when I be as blunt as the fact of, you see it right here. You already, especially if I've already experienced, I'm not putting a label on saying everybody is the same, right? But at the same time, too, if you've seen it before, you acknowledge what it is. If you speak on it, and then it's continuously happening, then on top, that we know that, okay, you just not listening. It's just a no.
It's just manipulation in the doubt.
Right.
That's what it is.
It's a lot of manipulation, though.
It's a lot of manipulation in the doubt, because if a person know who you is, where you come from, and what you own, like I said, if it's too much for them, then they need to keep moving.
Right. No, and I totally, and you know what? That is okay. That I love to, and I encourage that. I will encourage somebody going on about their way because of that. And it's easier. There ain't gotta be no hard feelings. You know what I mean? But these days it seems as if like that if you don't do that compromise with them, or you're not playing the fool, then it's a lot of bad stuff that comes with it, though. Like, I don't know how many times where I just am just knowing that this isn't going to work out, and then I'm now the villain because I didn't let you play in my face. You know, like, why you always say that, playing in my face? Because I can smell it, I can see it, I can taste it right off of you. Get back. Get back. I've heard a lot of stuff. I'm sure there's a lot more for me to hear, but I've heard a lot of stuff.
Give me my money.
It doesn't. I'm
not interested. That?
My head, so look.
Mama, can you hear us? I know. Were you having difficulties?
I can hear you now.
Okay.
I can hear you now. For a minute, I couldn't hear you, and I think Wu had the same issue because she put in a text about it.
Yeah, I seen it.
Something. But I can hear you now.
Yes, ma'am.
Well,
ladies, we got
for me, I'm.
Go ahead, Queen.
Okay, where I'm at right now, I'm not in the racketeering mood of settling for somebody offering me kibbles and bits. You hear what I'm saying? I've been in the game a long time. I see how people play in people's faces, and guess what? The only thing I want to play on my face is some cream that's gonna take the wrinkles about my damn wrong face. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah.
I know that's right. Oh,
that's it.
But the only thing I can say, I'm gonna pray for him and keep it moving. If it get to be that situation, I can't just keep, hanging in and holding on to something that's not benefiting me. If it's benefiting me, help breaking down my health and breaking down how I feel about myself, then I shouldn't be there.
Absolutely.
So right now, it's where you just pray and keep moving to get to that point.
Absolutely.
Because that way, you're only just satisfying somebody else's ego and bringing them up and steady tearing yourself down. So, and that's putting yourself on the back burner. So you got to bring yourself up to par and love you, because that's not showing that you love you if you falling for anything else somebody else is saying or doing to you or talking to you. That's still abuse if somebody talking to you wrong. What happened to all that? Hey, I love you, baby, in the beginning. Not, hey, help her get on over here and call me all kind of names. No, that's not gonna work. You got to, if you're not, the same. Not gonna say the relationship's not gonna have no rocky times or whatever, but at the same token, you're not gonna disrespect me, and I'm gonna lay here and just take it like it ain't nothing, and I'm not nothing. So, in order for me to, because that will be breaking down how I feel about myself and my security about myself. So you're gonna have to keep, bringing your own self up. Looking in the mirror and saying that you love you when you see you, because if you don't love yourself, then nothing's gonna work with nobody.
Absolutely. I'm glad that you spoke on that, Mother, because that's somewhere that you may be in life, but it's so many women out here that, you know what I mean, they don't, that voice, and it's something that seems so easy, you know what I mean? That's a part of one of the biggest problems on why things are taken so far. You give them an inch, they taking them out, because it's not women that really are able to know I could be loved correctly. I could be with someone that doesn't talk to me crazy. I could be with someone that respects me. And make sure that other people respect me, be that safe space and things like that. So you have that, but there's so many women that do not. They don't know how to speak up. They just want to feel that love. Just like you was saying in the beginning, that father figure void. You know what I mean? Daddy issues and things like that. I used to feel like that I had daddy issues, but never to a point where I felt like that a man was going to replace my father. You see what I'm saying? It was on the fact of just missing him. I don't see at all another man as a daddy issue. I can't say, oh, let me go be with this man because I got daddy issues. I got daddy issues because I miss my damn daddy, not on the strength of a man, but there are real lives, especially like the women who have been mistreated by their father and stuff like that, and have it hard. They have it hard, because I was a daddy's girl, so I don't know anything about being mistreated by your father. Even though he's not here, I was a daddy's girl for sure. So I should know to a certain extent, you know what I mean, what it feel like, especially with a man's love. But of course, it's a little different anyway, because it's your daddy. He ain't gonna love you like how a man is gonna love you anyway, in that context anyway. But there's a lot of women that definitely deal with,
but that's the type of issues. But that's the type of love your dad's supposed to give you. You know what I'm saying? Letting you know that you are a princess, you are a queen, you're everything. You know what I'm saying? And he's supposed to treat you that way to let you know not to accept nothing less than how your daddy.
That's right.
Absolutely. I agree.
If you're not being treated like that princess or that queen, then you don't need to be there.
Yeah, I have had my,
and that's how a lot of women end up getting just stuck into abusive relationships, because they scared to leave, they scared to go anywhere. All they looking for love in all the wrong places.
It's a comfort. They feel like, okay, well, I already know what to deal with them. They're not going to treat me right, and I'm okay. I'm doing okay with it. That's a mental entrapment when you feel like that. That's okay that they disrespect me. It's okay that they don't treat me right and stuff like that. But I'm already here. Or we got kids. Oh my goodness. You know what I mean? Do you know how much more harm that does to the children than to stay? You know what I mean? Than to leave. You know what I mean? The best option sometimes do be to leave, even if it's not like long term. But you shouldn't subject your kids to that type of abuse too, because then that's another cycle starting over again, because they're going to see that. I'm like, oh, well, I seen my mama, I seen my daddy go through this, and that. And you know what I mean? And it changes their narrative. And then next thing you know, we back into that cycle again. So yeah, 100% agree. Well, ladies, we have 3 minutes. We are going to give our final thoughts on this, and we're going to wrap it up. For this week's Aisha Sister podcast, and get ready for our new topics coming along. Starting with Mother Teresa, you want to give us any closing remarks? Okay, Mother Teresa's gone. My closing remarks is going to be loyalty became cheap because of some fact we became cheap. So stop being cheap on yourself, add some value. What did I used to, in my salon, I used to have up there, oh God, love yourself and then add tax. You know what I mean? So it's important to be able to do that. So everybody is leaving now. As we are closing out, I'm gonna give them, oh no, great. They're here. Okay. Are we having all kind of technical difficulties? Y'all hear me?
Yes. For a minute there, I wasn't able to hear, so I went back out and came back, and then it started back up. But I think it's just got something to do with the internet.
Okay.
The internet keeps going in and out on here.
Yes, ma'am. We'll take your closing remarks. I already gave mine when you stepped in.
Well, right now, I just want to say, going back to loving thyself, and more or less, take some accountability of just knowing what you want in life or with somebody, the person, not just loving the one you with just because, but having some type of relationship foundation where you got communication, respect, and not somebody just disrespecting you, calling you names, or doing you any kind of way, and you accepting that. In the relationships now, people are turning them on and off like the water faucet, and then they wonder why HIV and all these different diseases are coming up on a lot of these young women not being taught, hey, you can still have a friend or be with somebody, but you ain't got to just give it to them every time you get with this person, that person, and being disrespectful not only to yourself, but here you is now, you done came up with some type of disease that you haven't even been educated on. Because a lot of them still not even really educated on it. They just out there taking for whatever it's worth for anybody to say, "Ooh, you look pretty." So I'm just, praying that some of the young girls out here do be educated, especially by the programs that we're putting out here as the Aisha Sister go forward about HIV and stuff, because a lot of the kids, they looking at different stuff on Facebook, but they not really looking at stuff that could come along with these relationships and having sex.
Yes, ma'am. Queen Sue. Queen, can you hear me?
Can she hear?
Okay, I don't know if she can hear me. But we do have 1 minute.
It's the internet that's backing up.
Yeah, I think we're having a lot of lagging going on. But for those that can hear me, I do want to give a brief thank you for tuning in and watching our show, the Aisha Sister Show. We are closing out this topic today. I wanted to also remind everyone that we do have 2 raffles out with the Aisha Sisterhood. where we have the 50-50 raffle, where 50% of the proceeds that are raised will be given out to the winner. Those tickets are between $2 and $6. Where on the day of the Aisha Sister Picnic, we will be selecting a winner, and that person will get 50% of the proceeds. The other 50% will go to the Aisha Sisterhood. On top of that, we also are having a gift raffle, which until May 31st of this month, we'll be accepting the donations of $5 a ticket, and you have a chance to win either one of two gift baskets and a TV that we are auctioning off. So I just wanted to also pass that information along. Please feel free, if you have any questions, to reach out to your local Aisha Sister, and we can get you those details. And we look forward to seeing you guys soon. Peace and love. Have a happy Sunday, and see you guys next Sunday. Bye-bye.